Welcome back, fellow coders. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. This video, I'm going to show you how to use functions to clean up your code in your maze game. So right now, we've got different sets of code. This set of code right here at the bottom will check to see if we're touching our goal. This set of code right here will check to see if we're touching our wall. And this set of code will check to see if we're pressing one of the keys and then make us move in that direction. Now, that's a lot of code to have in one long stream. So instead of making it one giant algorithm, we're going to actually use new blocks for each of the different sections. So we're going to have this one be called like player controls. So this is going to run all of our controls for our player. We're going to create another block to see if we're touching our goal. Touching our wall, question mark. And then we're going to have another block that's going to see if we're touching our goal. Okay, so now it added in these different defines, and we're going to actually use these by connecting them to each one of these sections. So for this block of code, this chunk, it's our player controls, so we keep that there. This one checks to see if we're touching a wall, so we put that there. And this one checks to see if we're touching our goal. Okay, so that's nice and all, but we need to actually make it run something by using the new blocks that we created. So we're first going to have it run our player controls. Then we're going to have it check to see if we're touching a wall. And then we're going to have it see if we are touching a goal. So now when we're running this code, it runs just like it did before, where it will touch the wall and it will restart back to the very first level, which runs this. And if I press the keys, it will run this code. And if we touch our goal, it's going to run the code that's down here. So let's double check that. Awesome. Everything works great. Now, another thing that we can do to clean up our code, see this stuff up here? We can actually create another block, initialize. And this initialize block can contain all of the code that's up here. Bloop. That kind of like resets everything to get our game ready to go at the very beginning. So initialize is a practice that is used among coders, where at the very beginning of, like, let's say a game, it will initialize, like reset your restarts. It'll set the correct size, set to the correct level. And we simply put it all into a block like this to make it super easy to understand, oh, this is what happens when we restart or reset our game. Now, if you're using these blocks, what I also recommend doing is adding in a comment that explains blah, 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 this is what this thing does, another one, this is what this thing does, etc. So just to recap, to clean things up, to make it a lot easier to understand what's going on in your code, rather than having one long string of code, you make a new block, you name it something that is descriptive so that way you know what it's doing, and you connect it to each chunk of your code, and then you add in a comment that explains what's going on there, and that'll make your code look a lot easier to understand and make it much more usable for yourself and other people to remix. Hey everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you can find us on that platform as well as other social media outlets by searching for BootUp PD. And if you're looking for more free lessons, projects, and resources for teachers and students, visit us at bootuppd.org, where you can also learn about our high-quality professional development.